Halloween is not a thing in Germany and in Europe in general, I feel like. I wish it would because I love Halloween decorations, but it's just not a thing. So I have a hard time giving recommendations for Halloween palettes, but I get asked that. I did give you already recommendations for fall palettes, and I do actually see a difference in a Halloween and in a fall palette. So with all the strength that I have, I gathered 7 Halloweeny palettes that I'd say can help you create cool Halloween looks. Doesn't matter if you go full on costume like or if you just like to do an eye look on everyday basis, Halloween inspired. The 7 palettes that I have here are from all different brands, from indie brands mainly and C Beauty. Do I have some mainstream here? Well, no, I don't. So it's all indie and C Beauty. They're in no particular order. I just have them here in front of me, and let's talk about the first one, which is quite obvious because that actually came out as a Halloween palette and as a like homage to the stomach ache and the rotten teeth that you have after just ingesting too much Halloween candy, and that's the Blendbunny Sickly Sweet. They recently came out with a new version of Sickly Sweet where sadly the neon pastels are not included, but it doesn't matter. It is still a beautiful palette. It's the only pastel palette that I have in my collection, for an obvious reason. For me, this is the perfect pastel companion, and it's not even just a companion. This palette is just perfect as a standalone because it has the dark shades to go with it. So you can make glowing, light, bright looks with this and just add a bit of dark. The Sickly Sweet is, I think, right now available. Let me check in a second. One moment. Yes, it is available, but it is now a 24 pan palette, I think. Yeah, it's now a 24 pan palette, so Blendbunny had to remove a couple shades. If you want to get this on the Blendbunny website, it's ELLAKINKLEY for 10% off, but I'm pretty sure it's also on Glisten Cosmetics, and there you can save 20% with my code, also ELLAKINKLEY. In general, codes and links are all down below if you want to grab this, but Sickly Sweet is the only palette, as said, the pastel palette that has just survived all of my declutters, and it will survive future declutters because this is not only choice-wise when we look at this because of the perfect balance of light and dark in this palette. This is also quality-wise probably the best pastels that I ever used and own. Next up we have a fairly new release, and I think this just matches here very well because this displays just the classical Halloween colors. I'm talking green. I wanted to add a word for, I think venomous is the right one. Venomous green, bright orange, neon glowing purple. It's not a new Halloween color story, but I think it's like perfect, and that's the Nomad Cosmetics Witchy City Salem. This, just as sad, is such a classic Halloween color story. Like, what can you ask more for? It's very loud, it's very bold, it gives you very nice options in these color families to go for matte and for the shimmers, and it's just a stunning palette. I do have a review with 3 looks on this. It's, even though there are these bright greens and oranges in, which are really not my jive, I gave this a very, very good review because of the very good quality. Nomad Cosmetics just really knocked it off the park with this palette. I really enjoy this. They do have the Pacific Northwest, but that is more a fall palette. This one here definitely screams Halloween palette. And it is weird, but the next palette that I want to show you is also, for me, a Halloween palette, and it came out in the Halloween time. So what a surprise that the palettes I'm showing you are Halloween coded. Oh boy. But the Cosmic Brushes / Cosmic Beauty Sinister palette. This was available last year in a collection. So you had to buy the full Sinister a mystery box. So you didn't really know what to get, I think, aside from the palette itself. Or I'm not 100% sure how it was last year. But this palette screams purple witchy vibes combined with black and blood. And the result is this palette. This in 2025 became for available for only purchase, so you didn't have to buy the full collection box. But I'm not 100% sure if it is still up on the website. If it is, definitely recommending this palette. The weirdest shade in here is Ghost. This is a clear Vaseline, and I thought in the beginning maybe I can use this as primer, but it does not dry down, so it is way too sticky. It will smear around. You can use this maybe as a topper, but I'm not a fan of doing toppers like this because it will stick your lids together a lot. It's cool for photo shoot, but that's it. The shades in here are so stunning. I mean, Cosmic Brush's quality is very good. And there are even shades in here where I'm like, hey, is this a cream shade like Menacing? This is so smooth and creamy on the eye. I love it. And it's a beautiful color story. The next palette comes from a brand where you are probably very, very surprised that I A, have palettes from, and B, I would even say in the video that I recommend them. It's technically not a Halloween palette. It came out for Valentine's Day, I think 2 or 3 years even ago. But I really like it. It's one of the 2 palettes I just cannot get rid of in my collection from this brand, although I'm not a fan of them anymore. But I love the palette, and it's the Glamlite Chucky palette. This is just not only Halloween for me, but like a goth makeup lover's dream. It's so dark and gray and bloody and mauvey and cool toned. I love it. I love this palette so much. I saw only one Chucky movie in my life and I will never watch anymore. I don't like the whole franchise. I don't like Glamlite even. But I have to just say how much I like this specific palette. It's absolutely stunning, and keep in mind, this is very, very pigmented, which is a problem amongst all Glamlite palettes in my opinion. It's too pigmented, so be careful, and B, all the looks will be very, very dark. Next up, I have an option for you that is from the C Beauty market, and it's not available on all the C Beauty websites anymore, but I saw it lately, so I thought, okay, let's just add this. But I'm also pretty sure that people who started to get into C Beauty in the past 2 years, they probably have this because A, Narimi is not an unknown brand at this point. Their quality is out of this world. And B, I talked about Fireflies in the dark so much on my channel that I'm pretty sure that all of you bought the remaining bits of it. But this is basically like a mini version of the Sinister palette from Cosmic Brushes. Red, black, purple, a little bit more bright in my opinion, a little bit more oosh in your face, and that paired with beautiful red, dark, bloody looking shimmers, and then some iridescent shimmers that are just matching every single look. The quality of the mattes is what makes Narimi so special to me, and I will say that again, I said it a couple times already, Narimi eyeshadows are the best mattes in the makeup community. There are no mattes that knock me off more than this. There are mattes that are equally as good for different reasons, but nothing is better. We have another C Beauty palette that I want to recommend to you that is, I think, 2 years old at this point. Or did it come out last year? It could have been last year too. I'm not 100% sure, but this is a palette from a brand that I absolutely adore, and their quality just became better and better over time. The problem with this palette is that what you see here on the outside with the green, the bright, is not what you get on the inside, but it is still a very witchy, spooky palette in my opinion. And first of all, this is basically a nearly monochromatic purple palette, which I absolutely adore all year round. And then you have this shade here, which is just a stunning multi-chrome that shifts from turquoise to blue to the green. This is an absolute eye-catching shimmer on the lid. And this black here, by the way, I think this is one of their creams. It's okay. Their newer creams that they have in the Somber Garden palette. No, not Somber Garden. The All Matte palette they came out this year, I forgot the name. It's the one where the lid is not coming off like this, where you can take off the whole lid. It's an All Matte palette and 2 creams are in there. They're much better. This one is a little bit on this, like, it is a cream, yes, but it applies a little bit weird. It's a little bit cream to powderish, and I'm not a big fan of this. It's okay. I have used creams that are much worse than this. But overall, it's just a beautiful palette. It's very witchy and spooky. And last but not least, someone is making noise outside. Last but not least, sorry, you have to power through that now. No, wait a second, I closed the window. So last but not least, I want to give you the ultimate Halloween, the ultimate dark all year round actually companion glitter palette, and that's the Slayfire Cosmetics To Die For glitter palette. This is a palette with 12 beautiful bloody Halloween dark goth inspired glitter shades. What can you ask more for? Ghosted is probably my most used glitter, and it looks like nothing. But this applied looks wet. This gives a wet effect. I used this shade also last year when I created a winter look where I made my brows look like frozen, like there were frozen bits in there. This just gives this wet ice effect, the ice crystal effect. Mirror Mirror is one of the most beautiful silver glitter shades. Everything in here. I think one of the few shades that I haven't touched yet are this one, because it looks like the goggly eyes, and I don't know where to use this. So if you have an idea, let me know. And actually this one, although it looks very, very pretty, I really need to look. Would you be interested in me making a video series where I use these glitters in tutorials? It would not be like a long form content, it would be short form videos, but I really want to do this because I feel like glitter palettes like this, while I always praise them and rave about them, they're still a bit underrated for whatever reason, but you can use them every day. And I am a glitter girl. I would use glitter every single day if I wouldn't review every single day makeup products. But yeah, this is such a beautiful palette. It is a bit more on the pricey side, so it's over 90 euro here. But honestly, look at the size of these pants. Look at them. You will never empty these, let's be honest. So absolutely stunning. And these were my personal recommendations. I'm pretty sure that there are more. I saw that Ali Dawson made a video with 45 Halloween palettes that she recommends. So if you need more option, head over to Ali Dawson's video because that's impressive as fuck. I have only these where I get a Halloweenish vibe, but as said, Halloween is not a thing here in Germany, so maybe that's the reason. If you have different recommendations to mine, put them please down in the comments so everybody else can see this. I want to, of course, hear what's your favorite Halloween palette. Do you even celebrate Halloween? Let me know down below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the other upcoming videos. And I know Halloween is just next week, so happy Halloween for that already. But on Halloween itself, spoiler alert, you will get a ranking video. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, as I said, so you don't miss any of the other upcoming videos, and I see you very, very soon.